earth is long.
Gathered. They had been here to see the wall earlier that day. She had brought her sons with her, and they were asking a lot of questions about the wall and about its meaning and about Vietnam.
And the wall comes down.
Well, if you're going to take them home, then you just set them in your... Is it big enough?
Nope.
Now, Sally, get the ribbon out of the Sally.
I'm listening to...
This year and then 52 at 2 o'clock on Friday. Carl Hill. Oh,
How do you do, sir? Joe Kern. Nice to be with you today. Thanks. Hi, I'm Joe Kern. It's very nice to meet you, Mrs. Ashby. Oh, did you really? You both come home? Good. Yeah, it's great to be with you today. Thanks for coming out. How you doing?
Hi. Larry Stepp.
How you doing?
Hi, Glenn Wood.
Hi, Ken. Nice to
brother
meet
Joe.
you. Thank you. How you doing?
How's the trip?
Great.
Came over the right place. You're Rush County, one of the greatest places in the world.
Absolutely.
A.B. Hinshaw.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Then I want you to meet my wife in the red shirt there tonight.
Thank you very much. Great to be. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you. I'm so glad. So you're joking. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Like she ought to be.
Good. You and me both.
I'm out of a lot of things. Steve Moeller. Nice to meet you.
Tony, good to be with you. Thank you. How you doing?
Tell me, what I got?
Joe Kern.
Joe, I got a good friend standing up there. Bob Cherry.
Bob Cherry?
Fine man.
Well, we got some stories on him.
And they're all true,
That's
too.
right. Yeah. Hey, Jeff.
How you doing, Joe?
Good. How are you? Good.
Hey, Cherry. Thanks. You're all right, buddy.
How you doing? Yeah, Brad. How are you? Good. Nice to see you. Hey, Bill.
No problem. That's all right.
Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Either that or Sarah Lee.
I do. Would you like one now?
That's perfect. Yeah, that's okay. That's great.
Sergeant Major Brown, would you please come up, please? Sergeant Major Brown is going to lead us in a occasions that will take place during the 33-day special tribute we have planned in Rush County called the Rush County Salute 2000. I would like to take a few minutes to introduce some people that's in the audience here. Not to take away from the rest of you, I'll get to you in a few moments. We have Brad Davis here from the Indiana Department of Transportation, Greenfield District Director. He is responsible for the placement of these signs, also for all the cutting here, and for placement of the Salute 2000 signs around the state. He granted the special permit for that, and I thank you, Brad, very much for that. Thank you. We also have our Sheriff, Marvin Coles, Marvin Cole. Marvin, I'll get to you in a minute. Marvin Hedrick. Marvin, are you, where are you close? Marvin, thank you for all the traffic control and protection of the wall that heals. Thank you. We have with us Chief of Police Tony Fudge here today. Tony's been a great help on this protection and also traffic control. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Representing the Indiana State Police is Mike Ulley. Mike, you here? Mike, thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys, all your help. The Rush County Commissioners that are here today, we have Marvin Cole and also Doc Bueller here. Marvin, Doc, where you at? Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate you being here today. The Indiana State Senator Bob Jackman is here. Bob Jackman is right there, and Representative Bob Cherry is here. These guys were very instrumental in getting this resolution passed. Oh, and Representative Jeff Linder, glad to have you here this evening. Thank you, Jeff. These two guys passed this concurrent resolution just real quick, so we were able to do all these highway dedication, and we're much appreciative for that. Also, we have today is Rush County Chamber of Commerce Director Julie Hogsett. Julie's here. Julie, thank you for attending today. And am I forgetting anyone else? Anybody else that I should do that's going to say, why didn't you? So, and I'm very pleased to have with us here today, the mother of one of our soldiers that was lost during the Vietnam War. Mrs. Knaus is here. She's over by the fence. Mrs. Knaus, would you please stand? Thank you. Gold Star mother. Thank you. Now, do we have any Vietnam War veterans or Vietnam War era veterans here today? Would you please come up forward here? Come up front. Kay has a special commemorative button for you to have, maybe you might want another one. It's a very fine tribute to tribute you veterans of the Vietnam War. And would you like to stand around here? They want to get a little photo op here. Stretch across here because pretty soon we're going to be really stretching across, but you gentlemen can stay here if you'd like. Now, shortly after the ceremony, after the unveiling of the sign and also of the ribbon cutting, the Rush County Sheriff's Department will escort the Vietnam War era veterans through the county. They're going to escort you as far as Rushville, and we want you to be the very first through this newly dedicated highway in your honor. So Marvin has that all prepared, and he said he will take you as far as Rushville. So now I would like to introduce our speaker. This gentleman entered the United States Navy in 1969. In May of 1972, he was shot down by enemy fire while on reconnaissance mission over North Vietnam. He was held prisoner of war for 11 months. He was repatriated in 1973 and continued on active duty with the Navy until December of 1974. For his service, he received numerous awards, including the Navy Commendation Medal, 2 Purple Hearts, and the Distinguished Flying Cross. As chairman of the Rush County Salute 2000 Committee, I am so pleased that he has accepted my offer to be here today to dedicate this highway in the name of his fellow veterans and himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Indiana, Joe Kernan.
David, thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here today. I wear a button now that says Rush County Vietnam Veteran. I'm a St. Joe County Vietnam veteran, but I will tell you that it is wonderful to see a community come together as yours has for these 33 days in a variety of different ways to pay recognition to the veterans that live in Rush County for their service in all wars and for the dedication of 3 different highways to the veterans of Vietnam and Korea and World War II. As David acknowledged, this is something that when you talk about getting something passed through the Indiana General Assembly and then seeing it executed, it can take a long time for those kinds of things to happen. But I, as well, would like to say thanks to Senator Bob Jackman, to Representatives Bob Cherry and Jeff Linder for their support of this. As you may know, this went through the General Assembly with a unanimous vote, and certainly the leadership that was exhibited by these three guys in working with their colleagues in both houses and both parties really caused this to happen. In the Indiana Department of Transportation, I want to say thank you to all of the folks there as well for getting this turned around as quickly as they did in order to be able to accommodate the schedule to your celebration here in Rush County. I am sorry that I was unable to be with you last week when the moving wall was here. That is something that is, I think, special to each and every one of us. And I know that as a part of this month-long tribute that you are paying, that had to be one of the highlights. But you've got a lot of other wonderful things going on. David, you've done an extraordinary job, you and all of the members of your committee here in Rush County, and you should be very, very proud of what you are doing and how you've gone about it. So I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to be here, certainly with fellow veterans of Vietnam, Mayor Bob. It is great to be in your community as well, and to say thank you to each and every one of you, and on behalf of Governor Frank O'Bannon, and really all of us in the state of Indiana, just congratulations on an extraordinary effort that you have made. It is much appreciated, and I think is something you can all be very, very proud of. Thank you.
Thank you.
David, if we're ready to do this, guys, why don't we all get in here? Come on, Mayor, get up here, and all of you guys, Colonel.
This will be a unveiling and then a ribbon cutting.
Bob and Jeff and Bob, will you guys come up here and join us as well, please? Show me how to do this. I'm Navy, so I need. I know you're not gonna have a Marine do this. I'll watch you.
And now State Road 3 to be forever known from this day forward as the
Navy hands.
There you go.
You set?
straight up.
Mayor, give me a hand there.
It's the Vietnam Veterans Highway. Gentlemen, we commend you for your service. Now we will have, if Mike, if you can get.
See, we need a little more ribbon down here. Okay. A little more ribbon. Cutting has been done. You gentlemen can be the first ones to pass through our newly dedicated highway, State Road 3, to be known as Vietnam Veterans Highway. I thank you. That'll conclude our ceremony. The police officer will escort the Vietnam veterans through the new highway.
I know, we've just been so blessed with weather that's been great, you know.
Dedication of committee members to testify before the committee of Rush County.
We will stop traffic and have our formal ribbon cutting ceremony, and we would like the entire World War II generation to cross over US 52 for the ribbon cutting. Marvin said it's safe to cross now. And the cutting the ribbon today will be our Mayor, Robert Bridges.
you beat me here.
No, I'm going to get a picture.
They can't reach.
People, I thank you for helping save the world, giving us our freedoms today. Ribbon cutting ceremony is now. If the World War II veterans would like to line up here for a picture in front of their new sign.
She took off.
I know, I tried calling her on the way
Could you get a
here.
picture of these guys?
Yeah.
Give them now, Ange, would you come here and take one? I like to get one with them.
She's thinking I've got all I'm gonna do. Oh, no.
Marvin, can you come in here? Get a picture. Anybody else with the picture with the veterans? Mayor. Hop on in there. Mayor Bridges. Julie Hodgson. Paul Matney.
No. What's going on? I got my pictures in enough post office the way it is. Brad Davis is back there.
Brad Inlet, where's Brad? Brad, come over. Get in here on this. This is the gentleman. Were you here the whole time?
I just came in right.
This is the guy responsible for getting us these signs done here. Crowd in a little bit. Crowd in. And Mayor, I did introduce you. Crowd in a little bit. Look up. Look up, Lowell. Oh, that's perfect. Copy of the resolution.
like to get a picture of it.
We'd like to welcome each and every one of you here today. We are here to dedicate the third of our 3 highways that we had resolution 3 passed in the state legislature. I'd like to introduce a few people here today with us. We do have Senator Bob Jackman, which initiated this resolution for the dedication. Bob Jackman, raise your hand. Bob Jackman's here. We have the county commissioners, Doc Bueller and Marvin Cole is here. I don't see Kenny Brashaber. They're here. Also helping us with our traffic is Rush County Sheriff Marvin Hedrick is back there. Thank you, Marvin. Appreciate the safety. And then representing the Indiana State Police is Mike Uli. Thank you, Mike. Korean War era veterans to come forward. You can just be right in here. That'll be fine if you'll all step forward. I'll give you a little run through on what we're going to do here, and this will just take a few minutes because it's getting very warm, and we have quite a turnout today and such a hot day. The newly dedicated highway have a ribbon cutting. You'll all get a sample of that ribbon, and then the sheriff will escort you into Rushville so that you'll be the first to pass through the newly dedicated Korean War Veterans Highway. So that's the steps we're going to take, and as far as I'm concerned, and the Salute 2000 and the citizens of Rush County, gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you home. And now I'd like to introduce a gentleman that I'm sure he thought I was going to forget him again because I did on a highway, but I can't today because he's our speaker. I'd like to introduce the Vietnam War veteran and also the mayor of Rushville, the Honorable Robert Bridges. Thank you, Dave.
Of this great country, men and women have taken up arms in the cause of freedom. Their devotion to liberty and their country have made the United States the world leader it is today. 50 years ago, members of the armed forces were called overseas to fight in the conflict between North and South Korea. Our servicemen and women made great sacrifices in the name of freedom, and today members of our armed forces remain vigilant in protecting the rights of all citizens of the world. Every man, woman, and child in the state of Indiana owes a debt of gratitude to those who served so selflessly in the Korean War. It is important to keep alive the principles of which the Korean War veterans fought and gave their lives. And today we're going to do this by dedicating State Road 44 as Korean War Veterans Highway.
At this time, I'd like to give the mayor an applause. Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like to have Bob Ging and Bob Spitzer step forward. Bob Spitzer is a veteran of World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War era. And Bob Ging lost a brother during the Korean War, and they would like to unveil the new highway for us. Korean War Veterans Highway, State Road 44. Now I'd like to have all the Korean War veterans and Korean War era veterans.
I know it. Oh, we only had 37 cents left.
That's right.
All right. Let's bunch up a little bit more. We got one more that needs to get a hold. Bunch up a little bit. Hey, I want to get a photo here. Bunch up, boys. Go ahead and stand right up next to the ribbon there. Cutting the ribbon today will be Mayor Robert Bridges.
This only comes along once in a lifetime.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks, sir. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Now the sheriff will lead you into town, into Rushville.
Line up behind the...
Now David Patrick from the St. Paul.
America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the choir from St. Paul United Methodist Church will lead us in our national anthem. That between the times of June 25th, 1950 and November the 11th, 1953, the Korean War produced close to 4 million casualties. Communist casualties were estimated at 2 million. South Korea sustained 1,300,000 military casualties, including 415,000 dead. Casualties among the other United Nations countries, excluding the United States, South Korea, were 16,532, including 3,094 dead. The United States suffered 157,530 casualties. Deaths from all causes totaled 54,246, of which 33,600 occurred in combat. The state of Indiana lost 888 service personnel. Rush County, Indiana, sent 554 of her own to the Korean War. 2 of them did not return home. Charles Edward Buddy Sizemore, you see his picture here on the stone, died in North Korea on November the 2nd, 1950. Wayne Edward Ging died in South Korea on July the 11th, 1952. You also see his picture here on the stone. Lest we forget, freedom is not free. They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand now and prepare yourselves for a 21-gun salute and taps for those that gave all they had to our county at the county line of 3 of our main highways that pass through our county. If you will turn to page 6 in your program, you will see the text of Senate Concurrent Resolution number 3. We have dedicated Highway 3 to the veterans of the Vietnam War on June the 6th. We've dedicated Highway 52 to the veterans of the World War II. That was on June the 9th. And just this past Friday, before a very large gathering, we proudly dedicated Highway 44 to the veterans of the Korean War. So now, with the permission of the group, I would like for the commissioners and a selected 2 veterans to meet me at the intersection of 2nd and Main, where the police will stop traffic. If you'll go there now. Sergeant Major Brown and Bob Spitzer, please, 2nd and Main, please. And also Commissioners Doc Bueller and Marvin Cole, and if Kenny Brashever is here also. We have before you 2 gentlemen that are veterans of the 3 wars that we named the highways for. Bob Spitzer and Sergeant Major Bob Brown are veterans of the World War II, the Korean War, and also the Vietnam War. It is quite fitting that we dedicate our highways to the veterans. After all, it was then and is now the sacrifices of the veterans that give us this freedom to travel so freely upon our open roads across America. So now, if you're all in place and at the point where all 3 highways cross Rush County, Highway 52, Highway 44, and Highway 3 all cross at this point. So if you're ready, Commissioners Marvin Cole and Warren Doc Bueller, with the assistance and representatives of the 3 wars, will now have the commemorative ribbon cutting to officially open up our 3 newly dedicated highways. Gentlemen, when you're ready. Senate at the courthouse so that all the public can see it, and at the time that you so choose, you may donate this to the Historical Society of Rush County. Gentlemen, concurrent resolution number 3. We'd also like to thank Transportation Greenfield District Director Brad Davis for his installation of the signs at our county entrances in time that we make the dedications during the Salute 2000. And now back in the 3-year commemoration period. Let no one mistake this commemoration. Like the Salute 2000 motto reads on the inside cover of your program, we do not celebrate or commemorate war. We celebrate or commemorate the veterans and their dedication to the cause of freedom while serving their country when duty called. Well, duty called. Early one morning on June 25, 1950, when the North Korean People's Army under General Cha Eung-jun invaded South Korea with 7 assault infantry divisions, a tank brigade, and 2 independent infantry regiments. The call for help went out to the countries of the United Nations from the people of South Korea, and the United States responded to those calls for help by sending a total of 1.7 million service personnel into that war. It came to a halt at a truce agreement on July 27, 1953, after many, many bloody conflicts on locations such as the Iron Triangle, Old Baldy, Capitol, Pork Chop Hill, T-Bone Hill, and finally, at the 38th parallel, the bloody Battle of Heartbreak Ridge. At this time, I would like for all the Korean War and Korean War era veterans to please stand. 2000 committee which I believe to be
The Korean War was no different. But we honor you for what you sacrificed and what you've done for all of us, because they call it the Korean conflict, but as all of you know, back when this was going on, communism was moving ahead at a rapid pace. It was taking over our world. These were the times when the Russians would say, you know, we will crush you. And these men and women here today who went to the Korean War are the ones who stemmed that tide. As the communists had taken over Eastern Europe, they were taking over Eastern Asia, Southeastern Asia, and this group of like 500 citizens from Rush County were a big part of going over there and putting their lives on the line to stop it. What they did was not only important for us, it was important for our entire world. Our entire world is now much different because of their sacrifices and their commitment to making sure that freedom would survive. When I went into the service, I went in while Vietnam War was still going on, but the Navy sent me to law school, and so I ended up not going on active duty until after the Vietnam War was over. So I didn't have the burden that many of you did of serving in a war-type setting. But what I had to do then as an attorney for the service and dealing with the servicemen and the sailors who were returning home was deal with the crushed lives. The men who had lost their families, who had lost their health, who had lost their future because of what they gave to try and make sure all of us can do what we're doing today, which is have freedom, good jobs, and good lives for our families. And there's really nothing that we can ever do to thank them enough. Many of the ones I dealt with were the ones who were having serious problems because of this, and they felt very left out. And I always used to talk to them about, we've really never, as a society, ever given our servicemen and women, our sailors, their appropriate due. Even, you know, obviously the Korean War and the Vietnam War were not glorious wars. You kind of think of the American Revolution as being a glorious war, but even our greatest hero, or maybe one of the greatest men ever to live on this planet, George Washington, after he won the American Revolution, after he defeated the British at Yorktown, couldn't get paid for his men. The British still had 15,000 troops in New York. Troops were going home because they couldn't be paid. Washington was worried about the fact that Britain would take back over.
We know that the Korean War formative years. The citizens of our community are urged to show their appreciation and gratitude to the Korean War veterans and their families. They have further proclaimed the Korean War commemorative flag to fly over Rush County, Indiana, during this time, celebrating the unified effort of the United States, the Republic of Korea, and allies to stop communist aggression in the Korean Peninsula. Thank you.
Representing the Rush County Korean War veterans from the Air Force, Mr. Billy J. Evans. Representing the Rush County Korean War veterans from the Marine Corps, Mr. Robert Booth. Representing the Korean War era veterans, Mr. Jack Krim. Representing the people of South Korea, Julia Morel and Young-soo Molnar. Julia, Young-soo. And representing the South Korean Army, a gentleman that currently resides in Indianapolis but fought side by side with the United States and the United Nations forces during the times of the Korean War as a second lieutenant, also serving in the Vietnam War, Mr. Jong Do Lee. And now, Sergeant Major Brown, we are ready for the commemorative flag. Ladies and gentlemen, the Korea 50 commemorative flag will fly over our county for a 3-year commemoration period. Thank you. You may be seated.
And Sweden. A lot of times we forget the other nations that assisted us. Thought that he was Zorro. Whenever he went on patrol, he carried a sword. And I felt sorry for the guys that was on the other end of it. We know also that the English were there, and the New Zealanders and the Australians, because all they had was mutton. They liked their lamb. We don't. We preferred sea rations. We could go on various tales like this. I want you to look at the flag there. The light blue and the white streamers that runs through the center of the flag is a UN battle streamer. The 22 stars are just those countries that I just read, representing the 22 allied nations that fought side by side to save South Korea. The word more than anyone else knows the great price of liberty. Never let it be said that winning...
That's a good thing, but the girl says, oh, you're not supposed to do that by yourself.
Now stand up straight.
Do that therapy on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
If you read the newspapers within the past few weeks, even the past few days, you would have read of North Korea's overtures to South Korea for unification, a prosperity enjoyed by Democrats for the citizens of the world. If we view the Korean War, the first chink in the iron curtain,
Approximately 1.8 million U.S. veterans of the Korean War are eligible to receive this. The next of kin of eligible deceased members may apply to wear the U.S. military uniform. U.S. military personnel must have served between the outbreaks of hostilities combat operations. Now to apply today, I do have a list of those who have so far turned in their DD-214, and so when the medal does come, we'll be ready for them. We'll send these in and you'll get the medal. Now the Air Force is in charge of procuring medals and putting them out. But we do have 3 medals here. I'm not going to tell you how we got them. We have 3 medals we want to present. And to help, Young Khalid fought in the South Korean Army. And so for us, come on up, John. He's representing our South Korean I don't even know if John knows what I'm saying or not. Does he know saying?
You know, your guess is as good as mine.
I guess it's good as mine. Okay. Now, we would like a member of the Sizemore family and a member of the Ging family to come forward to receive this medal. I gotta make sure I'm giving the right one.
Dave just told me that I didn't have a chance to say anything Memorial Day. The only thing I have to say, I'd just like to thank Dave and all you other fellows that have worked so hard putting this all together. Thank you.
I'm Jimmy Sizemore. I'm Buddy's older brother by a year and a half. And I just thank you all for coming out here. It's been not a pleasure, but I just thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
Let's give them a hand, please.
Now, you probably all remember when MacArthur spoke to the Congress. He left Congress by quoting an old song. He said, "Old soldiers never die, they just fade away." Well, we have one old soldier that I've been telling him that fits him. And that old soldier fought in World War II, he fought in Vietnam, he fought in Korea, and he's here today. And we thought if we got one more medal to give, we'd give this medal to that old soldier. Robert, will you come forward, please? Somebody help him up here. He's coming out. SFC Spitzer arrived in Korea War in Incheon in 1951 and was several miles inland with the 7th Division before meeting any resistance. After many battles, he found himself back in San Francisco, only to receive direct order to report immediately back to Korea, where he would be sergeant of the guard during the prisoner exchange. He was to bring captured enemy troops to the demarcation line for exchange of prisoners. He commented this was as hard as fighting on the front lines. The Chinese and North Korean soldiers, thought that though they were prisoners, had no respect. Now, Robert, you're an old soldier. You've done a lot of things for yourself. And after John pins this medal on you, you're going to be able to say you are the only living Rice County soldier veteran with a Korean medal. This also has a small medal for your pursuit and a ribbon.
Well, I know my dad. I asked him on the way here, and I said, do you want to say something? And he said, gee, I'm shy. I don't know what to say. So he kind of, while I was driving, he said, all right, write these down. Sure, I'm going to write things down while I'm driving. So I'm going to kind of say in short sentence what he told me to say. First, you're probably going, this young guy doesn't know anything about Korean War. Well, actually, when I was born and raised and went to school in Korea, we learned a lot about Korean War. And I don't know how much thanks I can say to all the Korean War veterans that was there, the family members. Because if it wasn't for them, I would not be standing right here. The 48+ millions of Korean people would not have the freedom they do have today.
And I just want to thank you again. And I know there's all kinds of ceremonies going on in Korea for the 50th anniversary, all over the country of the United States. And like I said, thank you very much, and we appreciate all the things that you guys have done. And hopefully we can prove to the world that, you know, peace is the way to go.
Okay, this is my son.
Oh, he can speak English now. He didn't tell me that before.
And today he's my interpreter. Okay, he's my last son. I come with my wife today, and also daughter-in-law. I can speak English a little bit, but I can speak just like this. Thank you very much. And especially I be here. I'm very glad to hear you are doing activity for the Korean War. Thank you very much.
Korean medal. We don't have the Korean medal, but we do have a Korean button. So we want each and every one of you who have sent in your DD-214 to come forward, and John will give you a Korean pin. Now I'm going to read off the names that we have. They may all be Taos Mahaffey, Carl Malott, Tony Mio, John Moore, Clifford Neely, John Newhouse, David Pierce, Clyde Rickberger, Robert Spitzer, Virgil Banford, Mars Wainwright, Robert Williams, and Robert Wilton. Now, those of you who have not sent your DD-214s yet, but you qualify with the dates that I read a while ago for the Korean medal, you come forward anyhow. We'll